And yeah, okay, it's a little build up. But hi, welcome to another week of your favorite show on Tuesday. It is Home Bars Live. I'm your host, Maurice Brooks, checking out from the lovely, foggy, overcasty, but always beautiful San Francisco, California. Today I'm going to be joined by my guy, Ryan Hembree, who is in Boise, Idaho. This is going to be our first journey to the potato state and checking in with a good guy of mine, seeing what he's up to, what he's doing, how he's been rolling during this time we call the pandemic, and what he's been up to. So without further ado, we're going to get this thing going. So Ryan, my guy, my dude, my boxing compadre, my unfortunate Seahawk fan, how are you, my guy? How are you?
Mo, I'm fantastic, brother. Oh my God. It's so weird, like, to see your face, but not like I gotta go like one of these. I gotta get up here on the camera and like give that a hug. And it's like when you see Mo, it's the Mo, it's the smile, it's the hug, and then you just go with your boys and you're in it. So no, man, excited to be here on with you today.
So first and foremost, I want to say, what's up, Slim? My guy, I was looking for a picture of you to kind of post, and I found the one that we had took when we were in Louisville a couple of years ago. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not doing my man justice. I can't post that picture. Like,
No, it was like fat pics, right?
Man, I got to make sure that we also touch on kind of that journey as well. But I can't say it enough, my dude. You look amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, it's COVID's been a little ups and downs with it, but just staying on the journey,
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. So before we get into all that jazz, this is Home Bars Live. I see you were sitting behind a pretty nice setup. So, well, why don't we get into it?
Yeah, let's look. Let's see if we can swing the camera here and not make anybody sick with motion sickness. But yeah, kind of just got me and my roommate here, so the bar ends up kind of being bookcase and shelf and where we can put it. So down here is kind of just that's the Amaros and flavor stuff, and then got all my tools and bitters and some of that good maple syrup and stuff down there. And then up here's kind of this is the good stuff, where we hang out and have the evenings. I mean, there's some cool stuff I got there. I'll pull a couple things down,
Sounds good.
Kind of show you.
That shirt is dope, by the way. I gotta say, that shirt you're wearing is fire.
Thanks.
My guy.
Gotta rock that t-shirt game. So this is a local repping local. This is a little arcade bar called Space Bar here in Boise, Idaho. And it's kind of funny because when you translate it's supposed to say electric sex, but I think it says electric gender if you translate it correctly. So I mean, I guess gender is the same as the word sex, but not the same meaning as what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So some fun stuff. I figured I'll pull this one because it's Mo Jones. This little bottle, our homegirl Amanda Houtling worked at this distillery in Denver.
Word.
And they make some great stuff. And I got a good buddy that travels to Denver quite a bit, and so he's always what can I bring back? So I always have him bring that goodness back. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, this is kind of this bottle kind of actually led me to you.
Juniper Harvest, I'm guessing.
Juniper Harvest, yes.
Yeah.
And I kind of came into the bar and front of house world late. I've been a chef for 20 plus years and only bartending for the last 4 and managing bar programs. And within my first 6 months bartending, the Sorales rep popped into the bar and was like, "Hey, mix us up some drinks and stuff." And I had a good time. And he was like, "Dude, you got to go to this Juniper Harvest thing." I was like, "All right, what's that?" And then you get there and you meet everybody, and then everybody, of course, gets to talk about run amok and camp, and you get involved in that and Portland Cocktail Week, and that just boom blows into the everybody. What else kind of cool up here? This is kind of fun. So I like to throw some books in, obviously with the booze, and I mean you can't go wrong with Hemingway. But this is for when I used to own a restaurant and a brewery, and this is how we'd serve our Hemingway daiquiris.
Word.
And so they'd be frozen. You'd get your little book and you'd open it up and your little Hemingway daiquiri would come out, and you put it in your cup, and then that's how we'd serve those.
That's dope.
So it was kind of cool, just a little memento from back in the ownership days. But yeah, I don't, other than that Death Store bottle up there, I don't really hang on to bottles. I'm that believer of like, booze is meant to be enjoyed and drank with friends, and I'm not the ooh, I got to hang on to this bottle because it's going to be special, so special that I got to find a day to open it. It's like, no, open it, have it with friends, enjoy.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that and getting a chance to go to Run Amok and everything, I think it's definitely, I have come to appreciate this time shared around a bottle and meeting people that that you'd be tight with or you become friends with, and then those stories and the journeys that you guys share together that then become a part of your story, that then you're telling it to the next person that you meet about, this cat so-and-so, we went and we did this. So I definitely am in full agreement with you on that. But my next thing is I'm noticing you got quite a few Stephen King books behind you. Now, I consider myself an avid Stephen King reader. My question to you is, have you read Desperation and the Regulators?
Now I'm gonna blow your mind here and wholly disappoint you. I've read none of these.
Yeah, that man. Where's your roommate at? Go get your roommate for this question.
This is my roommate's shelf up here. So
Word.
This is now it's one of those, I got it on the list, but every time I walk over here to get a drink or something, I look at these, I'm like, man, I should read some of those books. Those are great, American novels, But then as I'm pouring a whiskey and I'm picking up this book, I'm going, nah, that's just too big, man. I need something like a little, And then I come over here to the shelf and it's like, oh, we'll go with the, we're just gonna go with the magazine and read some Lucky Peach or something, because life's busy. It's just moving too fast. I don't got time to sit down and read all that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, now that being said, if you do get a chance, please check some of it out. Some good reads. So let's get into a little bit of your background. And you mentioned that you have been a chef for 20 years before you have even got behind the bar. So let's do the whole formal thing. Give everyone your name, location, and then let's give them your favorite fruit.
Fruit. Oh man. Okay. Ryan Hembree, Boise, Idaho. Been a chef forever. Now doing more of the chef/bartender. On the business card, it actually says Flavor Ninja. So we're just incorporating all of it. And my favorite fruit is probably a nice Cosmic Crisp apple from Washington, created at Washington State University. Go Cougs.
So, because I just have to get this out of the way, because neither one of our teams did squat this year. And my producer, Chris Dempsey, who's a Cowboys fan, his team didn't do squat either. So all three of us, we can't speak much on football. But that being said, basketball season is here. Now, do you have a basketball team? And what are some of your favorite players to watch, if so?
Oh man, it's the Sonics all the way. I mean, Peyton Kemp, I watch that every day. It's great, when they're playing. I think they're going to beat the heck out of your guys this year.
No, Ryan, don't do that to people. Now, for those of you at home that don't know, the Seattle Supersonics were an amazing team. One of my favorite teams growing up as a kid. And unfortunately, Seattle doesn't have a basketball team anymore. But I think they're going to be getting a franchise soon, hopefully.
That would be dope. I mean, we got NHL coming up there, this next year. So I'm looking forward to that. But no, if I got to watch right now, man, Klay Thompson, that's my dude. Washington State, go Cougs again.
Yeah.
So it's fun to continue rooting for him after college, and I figure it gives me a reason to bandwagon on with the Warriors there.
Word. Well, hey, I appreciate it. It's all love out here. So being a chef and doing all that. Now, what were some of the places that you said you owned a couple of places or you own a spot? What was, I guess, throughout your journey, your biggest like aha moment and like one of your biggest oh shit moments?
I think probably the same moment for that. I owned a restaurant called Grind Modern Burger. We did like modern takes on burgers, and we had a brewery attached to it, Postmodern Brewing. And just, I mean, we built that thing from, me and my homeboy I work with now, who's kind of my business partner. We've been cooking together since he was 17. He's 37 now. And we worked on it together, and just always the teaching kitchen. So when we built that family at Grind, I mean, it was like the all-star of all-star teams of everybody we knew, everybody we'd worked with over the years, and put it together, and it was great. And unfortunately, the business, didn't make it. Mm-hmm. There's some undercurrents of bad stuff with some of the ownership group. And so, things happen. And I thought going in, my, kind of the aha moment was like, man, if we put together this all-star team, can't fail no matter what. And then the moment comes along where I'm standing there in front of 80 people that are, I mean, at this point, they're family. I mean, this is just fam, and telling them all, hey, we're closing next week. I've got all your checks for you, but, everybody's out of work. Merry Christmas. Yeah. So, I think it's one of those, this industry, and 20 years in this industry, you open places, you close places, you see a lot of it. And that big moment for me was, I'll never have somebody come into my place and the doors are chained, the doors are locked, and there's not a last check for somebody. Because even when you got to break people's hearts and take that family and break it down and be like, sorry, we didn't make it, there's still a right way to treat your family, and you continue to do that.
Word. And for those of you anyone listening and people listening in the future, rewind that, man. Because I think with all the stuff that's gone on in the way the industry's been hit so hard during COVID, there's been a lot of really bad horror stories of what people have went through and have had experience due to, sometimes showing up to work and it's just shut down. There's no information, no nothing, then people trying to figure out how they can get their unemployment, if they can, where they're going to get their last checks from. But to touch on kind of what we're all kind of dealing with right now being the pandemic, what have been some of the things that have kept you kind of grooving? Because my guy, again, I can't stress it enough. Like, dude, you look amazing, man. Except for that hat.
well, and I'll get the hat off.
Ooh. Oh no, you didn't.
The
no, you didn't.
Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah. See, okay. So
okay, I see you.
But gotta have that flow going. Now the pandemic's been tough, especially since right before, my parents just moved down to Arizona, and so we were kind of, my business partner and I were kind of stepping away from a business right before the pandemic. And I thought, man, I got some time. I'm gonna go down there, spend a month, help them move in, get settled in their new house. And then I was like, and I'm going to travel. I'd never been to, 20 years as a chef, never been to New York. Like what the heck,
Yeah.
So I was like, so I'm going to travel. So I went and spent a week in New York and, hung out with all, Dallas, God bless her, was just on the show. Last week was Dallas.
Yeah.
So got to hit Boilermaker and see her and PK and Rue and all the New York kids. And then when it spent, 4 days sleeping on the couch over at Maddie Brown's. 3 weeks ago on the show, look at this, greatest hits. Then up to Vermont for a week with Max, and just great travel. And then I came back to touch base at home, drop off the winter clothes suitcase. And I was going to head back out to kind of do a Southern loop and see everybody down in Florida and Carolinas that we all know. And then COVID hit. Damn. And that kind of was it. So it was an odd spot, being out of work and, kind of temporarily laid off for the season, but then, hey, here's 10 months off work. And that's, like I was trying to think, I was like, I must've been 13 the last time I had 10 months off work. Mm-hmm. That's just like, it was just crazy. So, we were lucky here in Idaho. We got back to work in like September. We have the problems, but we're a small state, small population, and it's a little easier to kind of restrict movement and stuff. So we went back to work since September, and it's been okay. During the COVID though, I had my own YouTube channel blow up. I can say bad words on here. Yeah, we're on the internet.
You say whatever you want, though.
So I was tired, laying on the couch one day, just a wreck. I was just playing on my iPad, and I was like, man, I'm gonna record a message for some people. And I just kind of turned it on. I was like, hey, everybody, what's up? Been on the couch, getting fat, doing nothing. Like, fuck it, let's cook. And got up and carried the iPad in the kitchen and started recording cooking. And I got, I don't know, 12, 13 episodes filmed and put on, and did a little cooking show. And that's how I got through like the like real deep, dark, hey, mental health's got to get through COVID, was just like this, talking to a screen, imagining all my friends sitting right there on that other side, going, hey, yeah, right, let's go, let's cook. And a lot of it was like, hey, I know we don't want to get out to the grocery store much. We don't want to do that. So let's go through the pantry. Let's make dish out of this can thing and that can thing and this thing in the back of the fridge. And it was nice because I got a lot of comments from people like, hey, thank you. It broke my day up. I didn't know what to do with this in my fridge, or had to sit in there forever. How do I cook this? And it got me through COVID. That was the big thing that got me through and then back to work.
Okay. So now what is this channel? Where can everyone find it? Because for all of you at home, I don't know how to cook. I mean, you got a free tutorial right here.
So I did. So now it's going to make a comeback. I've had a lot of requests. I'll get into what we're doing at work now that's kind of pulled me away from it, because we got some cool stuff coming up. But you can find me on the internet at letscook.kitchen. That's it. Just letscook.kitchen. No .com or nothing. Just letscook.kitchen. And it'll link you to my YouTubes and some blog posts. And the show is called Fuck It, Let's Cook. And it's literally like, man, I don't got nothing to do. I don't want to go out to eat. I don't got any food in the house. So fuck it, let's cook. And we get in the kitchen and we get after it.
Nice. So for all of you out there that want to fuck it, let's cook, check it out. And so work. You said that you got some cool stuff going on at work. And so where do you work at, so people can like actually come and check out the cool stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we might want to mention that.
That'd be good, huh? So I work at the Capitol Bar. We're a small neighborhood local bar. We kind of came up focusing on the classic cocktails, and then slowly expanded into kind of our own kind of creations and thing. But classics is what we still focus on, and got a real nice like 60s, 70s lounge vibe. Lots of old artwork and stuff. So it's a chill place. Now, COVID, we're hit with everybody, 50% seating capacity and reduced hours and all that. And so we've been trying to figure out a way to, expand capacity or grow hours. And I know in a lot of cities they're having to do outdoor little huts and teepees and tents to sit in. I was out by the dumpsters the other day, and the end of our building has an open spot. I was kind of looking in the windows, and it was a unusually slow COVID day. And I was like, man, I need to go just buy like a home golf simulator and throw that in there. So when it's boring, I can just walk down the other end of the building and hit some golf balls and have a good time. Well, then I started like just thinking on that a little bit. I was like, man, I bet there's a lot of people would want to do that. So we got with our main owner and the landlords of the building and stuff. And yeah, we're about 3 weeks out from having 2 big full golf simulators down there and a little extended room of the bar and like adult play arcade land. So it's going to be dope. So watch out, man. I'm bringing it on the course.
Nice, man. Hell yeah. So so if you're making a drink at the house, and you have the lay of the land, what's some of your go-tos? What are some of the things you're sipping on?
Man, I am a real hardcore like Boulevardier guy. Like that's kind of like, summertime. Yeah, we'll get into the Negronis a little bit, but like most of the year it's Boulevardier. If I've got some fresh citrus on hand, like I'm big into Paper Planes as well. But yeah, that's kind of, I would say 9 out of 10 times if I'm getting something to drink, it's a Boulevardier, and that's just my jam.
So, okay, if you're making your perfect Boulevardier, how are you making it? Give me the specs, dog. Like what's your bullet? What's the What's the RH looking like? What's the RH Boulevardier looking like?
I'm a two parts of rare breed, 1 part Campari, 1 part Antica, and that's my jam. Just on a big rock in a glass, and as I slowly stir it, it goes from too strong to too weak. You know.
Yeah. Nice, man. So, okay. What is if you get a chance to build your own mash bill for rye or first rye or bourbon?
Ooh.
Let's which one are we going with? We're going rye or bourbon?
Bourbon. We're going bourbon.
Okay. So if we're doing a bourbon mash bill, what's your mash bill? And then also too, what kind of cask are you finishing this in? I'm of course, throw it in wood, but I know you want to throw something else on top. And where would you actually like to have it? And to throw another little wrench in there, where would you want it to mature? What part of the world would you like that barrel to sit in and mature?
Oh, damn. Woo! That's a big one, Mo. Okay. Mash bill. I love the softness of wheat in there, but I don't know if I want to do like a overly wheated. I think I'm gonna keep it like super simple and be like 60% corn, and then like just like base across the board, like 10 rye, 10 barley, 20 wheat.
Okay.
I want a little of that rye and barley crispness on the end of it, but man, I want that soft, like licking a sack of puppy ears on the tongue when you drink it from the, from that wheat coming through.
Word. Now I want to ask you. I want to just stop you right there. That's what thought of something. If you could use any kind of wood versus instead of the new oak, what would you use if you could pick a particular kind of wood to throw your bourbon in?
Man, I think I'm still enough of a purist. I think the barrel's got to be new oak, but I like maybe I'm stuffing some staves down that barrel, and I'd love to see something like maybe a little cherry wood or apple wood staves down in the barrel as it goes. Just because I'm a huge barbecue and grill guy and smoked woods, so I think a bourbon that's on some, or maybe even going back to that finish conversation, do the finish in an apple wood barrel. I don't know if you can even make an apple wood barrel. I would assume you can, but man, just something to tie it into like a little more of the smoked meats and barbecue. I think would be dope.
Okay. So being a smoked meat guy, if you were to have a barbecue spot, which I don't know if you might have owned one in a current rendition or in some past life, what would you name it? And what would be your go-to dish on the menu?
Well, we do quite a bit of barbecue at the Capitol Bar. I've got a big trailer smoker. So we get serious with it. It'll hold about 100 pounds of hog. We can throw down. We can throw down for sure. Pork is my jam. Like, all the greats, they had their oils or they had their, chalk and charcoal. I got pork. Pork's my go-to. Probably, man, baby back ribs are just, to me, that's it. That's the bee's knees. That's where it's at. And so, yeah, I'm always that. Now, signature dish, that's my collard greens. My collard greens are the signature dish on the menu.
Hold on. What you talking about, Ryan? What you talking about your collard greens? What you talking about?
I'm talking about they are the signature dish on the menu, man. I'm telling you, that's where it's at.
Okay.
Because you got I was start them with, you get that pot liquor going, with it's always smoked ham hocks and neck bones, and if I want to get crazy, like a smoked turkey leg in there as well, and then plenty of greens, a little bit of demerara sugar, a little bit of molasses, some apple cider, nice fresh apple cider vinegar in there. Cook those suckers down for about 4 hours. Boy, Come on.
Now, the best part I love about this, I didn't even have to ask you to, because you already knew what I was going to ask you how to make it. You just went right into it. My dude, whenever you make those, even if you got to freeze some, put them in the freezer bag, overnight them, I'll pay you for shipping, my guy. I would like some of those. So being someone that knows their way around the kitchen and has been able to kind of like find anything you can and make something out of it, what is one of the crazier meals you've made as far as like, you were like, yo, I got like hot dogs, peanut butter, cheese whiz, and falafel. You know what I'm saying? Like what are one of the crazier things that you kind of put together?
Well, you about like you came this close, man, to hitting it. So in fact, one of like I think the first video I did for Fuck It Let's Cook was like a peanut butter like spicy Thai peanut sauce made out of like a can of peanut butter and some leftover hot sauce packets and all that stuff on some shrimp. Now I've done like the spicy Thai hot dog, like I got hot dogs, I got some leftover peanut butter, hot sauce, and I mean a hot dog is pretty dang close to like Vietnamese like pate, right? So you're not that far off from having a banh mi when you got a hot dog, as long as you got like some cilantro and then shredded carrot and some daikon on it and some jalapenos. I mean, a hot dog could be a banh mi sandwich, right?
But yeah, you just okay. Hold on, no. But it's not like someone just has. If you got daikon and all this other shit in your refrigerator, you probably got enough to do more than make a pad thai hot dog. I'm just saying. You know. So now, being a chef, what got you into that? Like, what was your love? Was it your love for food? Was it like, for me, I love cooking because of being around my grandmother and my grandfather and kind of being just like, yo, what's that? Ooh, what's that? You know, what was like your drive to become a chef?
It started with my mom. My mom was a home economics teacher. And so I remember I had a Snoopy and the Peanuts cookbook. And so I was 4 years old. I had a stool. I'd get in front of the stove. And the cookbook was funny. I mean, it was for kids. It was like how to make toast. You know, I mean, it was like take a piece of bread, put some butter on it. But, you know, it was, but no, I learned how to make scrambled eggs out of Snoopy and the Peanuts cookbook. And so, you know, I've been cooking since I was a little kid. And then both my grandmothers are from the South. And so it was always at my house. And growing up, I grew up in Alaska. So, I mean, it was always moose and salmon and what vegetables did grandma have canned out of her garden that are going to make it through the winter. And, so cooking and family meals was always that was part of growing up. I mean, that's what you did. Dinner was on the table at 4:45. You know, dad had his whiskey and his pipe at 5:30. And that was, that was how it went.
So, okay. We're unpacking even more. So Alaska, when's the last time you've been? And now I've been watching, there's Port Protection. It's a show about some people that live up in Alaska. And I mean, I just love watching this stuff that I will probably never do, like live in Alaska. So living there, and what are some of the things that you miss about it? And what are some of the things that you're just like, people really don't understand how bad it is?
Oh, yeah, it takes special people to live in Alaska. I mean, even Anchorage, where I grew up. I mean, Anchorage is. I mean, you can unpackage it. It's any city USA. I mean, you could say it's Bakersfield, it's Spokane, it's just a city. Mm-hmm. But it's cool because it's really close to Alaska, and that's what makes Anchorage awesome. But yeah, last time I was up was about 4 years ago for my best friend growing up, his wedding. He had a wedding. That was awesome to go back up and see. The summer times, man, I'll tell you, I miss the summer times. Out playing golf, playing baseball till 1:30 in the morning, and it kind of gets a little dark, but not dark. Out on the river fishing all night long. It's fantastic. Now, wintertime though, bruh. like you the sun comes up at like 11:30 in the morning and the sun sets at like 3:30 in the afternoon. So if you work any kind of day job, nothing, you never see, like you're at work and you're living under the fluorescent lights all the time. You never see the sun. Brutal. It's brutal, bro.
Yeah, I got some good homies, man, that are shout out to all my homies still at. I think Ian is Ian out of Alaska and in Chicago now? But yeah, I had some real good homies, man, that I got tight with. I don't know if you know Richard Belzer. Yeah, Rich. A lot of good homies, man, that have come through the ranks of being Alaska cats. But man, I just miss those guys. I'm just having a flashback of like just thinking now of just the times you share with people that you don't know, again, that will become close to you, and the times that you will just miss, because I mean, again, we've went a year. This is the first time since we've met that we're gonna go probably 2 years without seeing one another, at least hugging one another.
Yeah. Man, why you come on, man. I thought this was a positive show.
I didn't try to, I wasn't, I didn't mean to swing it that way. So let's swing it back the other way. So I asked you already about if you were to have a signature dish and what it would be, and it would be your collard greens. So this is a question I love to ask, and Dempsey loves this one as well. What if you were building a sandwich and this is like your sandwich, this is your perfect sando, you have the pantry in front of you and you're able to build this sandwich, what would it be? Mind you, you're a chef and I'm expecting something better than, I've got a few answers that I was like, you just want like mustard and pickles? Like, all right, cool. So,
no, okay. I know, I already know what it is. Like it's not even I don't even have to guess. I know this sandwich. I've made this sandwich. I've menued this sandwich. I know exactly what it is. So I don't know if have you spent any time in Philly, Mo?
Yeah, I had a chance to shout out to all the Philly homies out there. Yes, sir.
So you kind of know what I'm talking. I mean, there's the cheesesteak. All right, Philly cheesesteak. But you know the other sandwich I'm talking about from Philly. That good broccoli rabe.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So this sandwich kind of might take that. So to me, it's brisket, nice homemade smoked down 12-hour smoked brisket. Not the flat, the point with all the fatty goodness in it.
Okay.
On a nice long hoagie roll, just load it up with that brisket, and then some like pork back lardons, some little fried up pork bits on there, and then you slap those collard greens right on top of there, and you fold that up, and you just get some hot sauce, and you go to town on that thing. So it's a brisket, collard green, pork lardon, like hot sauce sandwich, and it's fire.
All right, this interview is over. I gotta go. I gotta fly to Idaho to go get me a pork collard green lardo sandwich. Cause what? That sounds amazing. That's the best. I'm sorry, everyone that gave me their sandwich. That hands down sounds like the best sandwich. And I'm pretty sure Chris, who's been my producer, he would agree that sandwich sounds fire.
You know what I do.
Now that's how rare that is. Chris never checks in on the show, so for him to check in, that's good. That's like how far that sandwich is. So Ryan, man, I gotta admit, I was thinking of when I asked you a couple of weeks ago to come on. I was like, man, okay, who am I gonna pair him up with? And I thought to myself, nah. I just want to have some space for my guy. So that being said, one of my fondest memories is Boxing Day.
Oh, shit.
We're at camp.
The Canadian holiday or at camp?
No, our Boxing Day. And watching a bunch of grown men run up and down a hill, which I know you guys did not want to do. We all drank that night before, mind you.
20 years in the kitchen, I don't have the knees for that joint no more.
But the one thing about it, though, is everyone had a certain fire in their belly. And it was one of those things that we had a couple of running jokes of how to shake and do things afterwards, that it reminded me of the little things that you can do for someone that can, hopefully give them a little bit of juice. So that being said, what are some of the things that you like to leave for your staff, or when you're in the kitchen, some of the things that you would kind of like to, some of your Easter eggs to leave for your staff to find behind and be like, yeah, let's keep this going.
Um, you know, yeah. Well, I will tell you this too. Whenever I'm doing a two-handed shake, I call it the mo. It's the mo, and I don't have like two extra shakers, but it's always like two shakers, clack, and it's the just getting after it. And it makes me laugh and makes me remember that day. And I think to tie everything into that day, I mean, like you said, you got a bunch of grown ass men in there taking a 32-minute boxing lesson. But I think that's what's important. I think that's where the fire comes from is, I looked at you and thought, man, here's a guy who's going to take time out of his morning to teach a skill that he knows to us, essentially strangers at the time, it was the second, third day, and that's where everything grows. And that's what I look in the kitchen. Like, that's my tip in the kitchen. It's teaching. And then I think through teaching, like, you taught us, and then like you said, everybody had fire. They were firing. It's like, well, yeah, I didn't want to be up at 6 a.m. after drinking my butt off the night before and running up and down this dang hill and doing push-ups and throwing punches. Like, but your passion for it and the fact that you wanted to teach us, that drove me to be like, man, this guy wants to teach. So I'm going to, do my best with him. And that's the way I look in the kitchen, man. It's teaching. And then the buy-in comes from, you can teach somebody so far, but then also I need to go back to that person and be like, all right, now you teach me something. Because I can't always be the teacher. I've got years and years of experience and stuff, but the second you refuse to start learning yourself is when you're done. True. And that's how I was getting my buy-in, new employees, old employees. And I taught for a while. I taught culinary arts for a while to kids. I taught at a, at-risk youth center where we taught kids culinary art skills and life skills. And a lot of those kids came on and worked for me in the future after that. And it's teach, but then stop, listen and learn. I mean, you can't just force feed info. You got to learn back. And when you learn back from that person, that's when I feel like you learn if your teaching style is correct or incorrect. Because I got my style I like to use, but then I go, okay, or, even if it's a teach and show, and then, hey, you reteach and show it to me. But then when I see their teaching style, it clues me into like, oh, I'm not touching them the right way. Ooh, that sounded a little dirty. I'm not touching them the right way. But, it's kitchen. It's cool.
Yeah. But, touching in the kitchen, it happens.
We've always been a hugging kitchen, man. I always got a hugging kitchens.
Yeah.
But that to me is the, teach and then relearn it back. And then that's how you teach somebody, because you learn their way of talking, their way of thought, how their brain works. So it's always be teaching, but always be learning.
Word. So now, as we're coming close to our wrap up here, I wanted to ask you one of my favorite questions, and it is: you're having a concert, and you get a chance to pick opener, mid, closer. Now, they could be living or dead. No parameters on that. It's up to you. Oh, and then I'm gonna throw you another one. Because you didn't answer this one when I asked you where did you want your barrels barrel matured. Where are you having your concert?
Oh, okay, good one. All right. In the middle, like, I'm gonna start in the middle. I'm gonna start main act. Main act is the man, the legend, Prince. Prince is he starts. He's headlining the show.
Word.
Now let's see. Opening for Prince. We gotta start with the Rev. Al Green's got to open the show.
Okay.
Because I gotta walk in there. I'm so in love with you. Whatever
you wanna do.
Yeah, that's
what is it? Come on, what is it? What is it?
It's all right with me.
Yeah.
Let me
Come
be
on.
the one who comes running to. Yeah, see, that's how we got to start that fire off right there.
Yes.
All right, so Al Green and Prince, and then finishing up. Man, I think
it should just be us, dog. I mean,
just
right?
us,
I think we just kind of killed that right there. I don't know, man.
Okay,
I think we can.
And finish up. Here's Mo Rye on karaoke, and everybody like, I think like, man, I think I gotta go with like Elton John to finish, man, because just the I mean, like when has Elton John been like this? I mean, yeah, just his stage show, his presence, like I think that's where it's got to be. So yeah, Al Green, Prince, and Elton John.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, hell yeah.
And then I want the show like in August at like the base of Mount McKinley or Denali for all you non-Alaskans, and just right at the perfect time in August at about 1:30 in the morning when the sky gets just purple enough that Prince can come on as the sky goes purple and the mountain in the background and like boom.
Word. I'm signing up for that. I'm there eating the collard green brisket sandwich right next to you on that one. That sounds like a plan. So my guy, this has been one of my favorite interviews. Just to see you again and get your energy and to have that just pour out through the screen. You have been someone that when I met you, I was like, I like this guy. And it just kind of have built on from there. We've seen each other in other cities. We've hung out multiple times, and it's always the same shit. Massive hugs, a lot of smiles, a lot of jokes, a lot of whiskey, a lot of agave. So again, my dude, thank you so much. And before we get out of here, is there anything you want to say to all the people out there in the land of the internet?
In the land of the internet. Mo, thank you for having me on. This is I feel like cool. We're doing a show thing, but like I'm just hanging out with my buddy, hanging out, we talking. Like this is real life, people. This is what it's like when we hang out, we talk, we BS, we sing crazy songs together, do all kinds of stuff. But internet world, we're not through it yet, people. Wear your mask, get your vaccine, stay socially distanced. Hey, tip your bartenders and wait staff if they are back at work. We are still trying to make money on that. We're at 50% capacity right now. People are struggling if they're back at work. So take care of your bar staff. Otherwise, you know what? They ain't going to be there when we get through this. So take care of your people. Take care of who feeds you. Take care of that. And we'll all get through it.
Word. I couldn't say it any better, brother. So this has been Home Bars Live. Every Tuesday, we are here doing the same thing. Thank you, my guy, Ryan, man. This has been a hell of an episode, and I look forward to bringing you back on the show, even if we just sing for an hour, because
hells yeah,
that's how it goes down sometimes. So for all of you out there in the internet, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all those lands where you can watch this, hear this, be a part of this, thank you so much. But we will be gone right now, but we'll be back next week. Until then, we out here, y'all. Peace. And then let's dance out on them. Just dance out on them. Hit them with the what that is. There we go.